Welcome to JackTalk, and thank you for tuning in today. I'm Macy Meyer.
And I'm Cole Sala.
We hope that all of you had a great Thanksgiving with lots of yummy food, family, and of course, fun.
For some of us, maybe too much food. And if you fall under that category, you are in luck today because we have a personal trainer coming in to show all of us how we can lose a little bit of that Thanksgiving weight.
That's right. And if you're looking to get in the Christmas spirit, we'll be talking to the director of the Nine Flags Festival to talk about some of the Christmas festivities coming up.
Lastly, we'll be heading out to the studio to talk to the SFA Lady Jack volleyball team about their upcoming NCAA playoff game against the University of Texas.
So stay tuned because we'll be right back.
Welcome back. Earlier this week, I went out to talk to our exceptional Lady Jack volleyball team on their 29-game winning streak.
Crazy.
Yeah. So let's go take a look. Coach Humphreys, Mackenzie, thank you for sitting down with us before your huge game that's coming up against UT on Thursday. What are we doing to prepare? How is this team different from all the teams that you faced in preseason and in the current season? What are we looking at from UT?
Well, you know, what we're going to see is a lot of size at every position, where typically we're playing a team that might have a couple players that are really good size or really good jumpers. They're going to have that at every spot. You know, they do have a setter that's 5'8", so definitely a point there that's more of a blocking size like we're used to seeing. But we have seen some big blocks this year. And we've actually played some teams where at every position there was a good block. But there's going to be a lot of athleticism on the other side. But for us, our preparation isn't any different. We've been doing some great things. This team has learned how to win. This team is gritty. This team has its own identity. And for us to think we should change that at this point in time, that's crazy. We need to go out and we need to be who we are and do that at an extremely high level.
Yeah, we were just talking before the interview. You faced a lot of teams in the preseason that are at the same level as UT. You know, Rice, beat Rice. And what was it? Princeton, some Ivy League school. So, I mean, you guys just prepare the same. You're on a 29-win streak.
It's kind of crazy.
That's insane. That's insane. You look at the rankings, because we were talking. You're not ranked currently because of the division we're in. But you look at the rankings. I mean, what is 28-1 is the best one with Stanford. So, how does that feel, pressure-wise? You know, more pressure, less pressure?
I don't really think there's any pressure whether we have like a 2-game winning streak versus like a 29-game winning streak. We don't even talk about it or pay attention to it, so we don't really think it's that big of a deal.
Okay. From a coaching standpoint, anything different?
No, I don't think I think the pressure is off of us right now. If there was going to be pressure, there was pressure at our conference tournament. Just to respond in a positive way after going through the conference 16-0, to respond during the tournament with that same level and even a higher level of play, and this group did that. Now, there's absolutely no pressure, but what a wonderful opportunity in front of us. You know, people look and think, oh, you got to go play Texas. I don't look at it as though we have to go play Texas. I look at it as, hey, we get to go play Texas.
Yeah. What
a great opportunity to showcase our program, to showcase this team, and to go play against one of the best teams in the country and really be challenged to see how good are we and how good can we be.
Right. Well, this is the first time, and is it a decade?
It's 12 years, actually.
12 years? Okay, that this school has been to the playoffs. Feelings about that? Any different? Any pressure from there? Or is it the same as the winning streak?
I think it's the same as the winning streak. I haven't been since I've been here in 4 years, so I'm really excited that finally, my last year, better late than never. We have 2
Yeah.
years ago, so it's just exciting.
Coach?
Yeah, 12 years ago, 2006, that was also a very special team that did some great things, just like this 2018 squad. We were in Austin, just like now. We were just fortunate that year that UT was our opponent in the second round of the NCAA tournament. So the last time we were there, they were our opponent, and it was in Gregory Gym. So I definitely remember that experience, and it was one of the most fun times I've ever had coaching volleyball, because you're coaching against a great team, you're playing against great players, and you're getting to test yourself at the absolute highest level. There's a reason we play the game. There's a reason they didn't just take the top 4 seeds and drop them in Minnesota where the Final Four is going to be. There's 64 teams who are battling for that same opportunity. And the only way upsets, we read about upsets all the time in the paper, and you see it on ESPN and whatever. And the only reason those upsets happen are because you play the game, and that you truly believe that if you go out and you play your best volleyball, a chance of something good happening. If we don't go out and play them, we never have that opportunity. We have an opportunity that most teams only dream about.
Right. Well, talking about Texas, seeded number 5 right now, was it randomly placed that you were placed with Texas? Or how is that done? I don't think a lot of people know how
it's
that's
geography.
Mhm.
In volleyball, they seed 16 teams, and that's it. 1 to 16, and everybody else is going to be placed geographically. So what you've got is, and in an article that we saw today, they were talking about the teams going to Texas, and how, you know, for Texas, there's a lot of talent in the state, and how it's kind of a good situation for UT, but for the other teams in the state, because they are such a powerhouse year in and year out, the other teams in the state, just because of your geography, it was a little bit, you know, might be a little frustrating to those teams, because there is so much talent in the state. And they were talking about ourselves and Texas State and Rice, the other teams that are there, and how we had all had great seasons, and here we all are going to Austin. And but again, we could be in Austin playing and looking forward to this opportunity, or we could be sitting at home wishing we were still playing, and we're glad to be one of the 64 teams still playing.
That's a good attitude. That's a winning attitude right there. So we're talking about a little bit about the other teams that are going to be there. You play UT first, and then if you win that game, you go on and play whoever's the victor from Rice or Texas State.
Right.
What are we looking at from those teams? Anything special there that UT doesn't have? Or?
Yeah, I think the 3 of us, honestly, are all very evenly matched with us and Rice and Texas State. Texas State and ourselves both played Rice in the regular season. We both beat Rice in the regular season, but those matches were both super close matches. So the 3 of us very evenly matched. Very similar in some areas of our game, very different in others. But, you know, right now, those teams are not our concern. We've got one team to look at, and
Focus on UT.
that's Longhorns.
There it is. All right. Well, good luck. You gonna do anything special? Do you do anything special to prepare on the night of the game? You listen to a special song or something, or?
No, I wear my socks on different feet.
Really?
Yeah, I wear my left sock on my right foot.
I love when
my
athletes
right
have
sock
weird
on my
things
left
they
foot.
do.
I listen to a song for the game, and then we have our little team rituals that we do, listen to certain songs together, we do our little team prayer and stuff, so just those little things, so.
Just those little things for a little bit of extra good
We'll
luck.
continue to do them.
Just a little, hey,
Every
they've
game
been
day.
working since, they've been working 29 and 0, they've been working, I keep doing it. All right, well, good luck. Thank you guys for sitting down with us. Back to you guys in the studio.
That's exciting, and good luck to the Lady Jacks. When we come back, we'll take a look at some of the Christmas festivities coming in Nacogdoches this season. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Christmas is coming up fast, and today in the studio we have Amy Mahaffey, the director of the Nine Flags Festival, to talk about some of the festivities that will be going on around Nacogdoches this season. Thanks for coming today, Amy.
Thank you for having me.
So, you work for the city.
Yes.
That is broad. What do you do specifically for the city?
We, at the City of Nacogdoches, we are in charge of a lot of our downtown development, and so I work over Main Street and communications. So all the marketing for the city, and then this time of year, as y'all know, we're really focused on Christmas and the holidays. It's a big part of Nacogdoches to bring in visitors and to have a really great experience for people who live here, and so we are very busy right now.
Absolutely. So you did just have an event that happened, what, about a week or two ago? The
Yes.
Holiday in the Pines. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. And so I guess the broader scope of this is we want downtown Nacogdoches to be a destination. And there's an event that a nonprofit here in town, the Nacogdoches Junior Forum, actually puts on every year as a fundraiser. The money from Holiday in the Pines is what it's called, is put back into the community, 100% of those proceeds. This year, we moved it back to the Fredonia Hotel, which is, of course, in downtown, newly renovated and opened. And it's just been a really great thing for our community, that hotel in general, but it was a great place to host that event. And we're looking forward to the upcoming events this weekend.
So a little breakdown for Holiday in the Pines. It was a bunch of vendors, local Nacogdoches vendors that came in to kind of sell their products and Christmas products, correct?
Sure. So it's like a Christmas market, and we have visitors that come from out of town to shop, and they can do all of their Christmas shopping at that event. And it's more than just local vendors. There are some local vendors, but there's a lot of people that come from out of town, and this is just part of their yearly show that they do. They do shows all over the country, and this is one of the ones they pick. And so they travel the world, and they do sell their items, and they come to Nacogdoches once a year. So it's a great thing.
Now, we got to have a lot of events coming. You talking about this weekend. We have a lot of events Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, it's a busy weekend.
Yeah, you're talking about a 5K run,
Yes,
right?
yes. So on Friday, let's start with Friday. We've got a Jingle and Mingle event. That's a late night shopping event. So typically our downtown merchants, they are open, your normal 10 to 5, 10 to 6 hours. But some people, they can't make it downtown during those hours. And so especially when they want to do holiday shopping. And so the Jingle and Mingle, we have, it's going to be from 5 to 8. It's extended hours. And we've got food trucks, and we're showing a movie on the square. So if you don't want to shop, but you want to just come down and hang out, bring a chair, get some hot chocolate, bring your kids, and we're showing the Santa Claus movie, classic. And that'll happen at 6:30 if it doesn't rain. And then we're gearing up the next morning for the Jingle Bell Run 5 and 3K. It's a fun run, so you can walk, you can run, you can be super competitive, or you can just come out and have a good time. The winners of the overall adult age divisions and the kids divisions, they get bikes, super cool bikes, male and female. So that's exciting. It's a really good prize. And then, you better get to running.
It's time to go.
And then, let's see, Saturday we have the Nine Flags Festival. That starts at 1, and then that leads right into our parade, lighted Christmas parade at 6:30, followed by fireworks. So it's going to be exciting.
Now the parade is pretty huge. How many floats are we expecting this year?
Ooh, so the United Way actually sponsors this parade, and they've been collecting float entries. I don't know the number. I would say over 50 floats. It's probably a pretty good estimate because we've got walkers. We've got the Jeep Club is a great example. It's not a float, but they come out and hang out and go through the process. We've got our big ladder truck. The Nacogdoches High School cheerleaders will be on that. The Nacogdoches High School Choir is the Grand Marshal, and so they'll start us off. And then I guess Santa will be there. I don't know. A rumor is he'll pop into Nacogdoches this weekend. I know.
I know I'm going to be there.
And then we last year it was like an hour and a half long parade. It was an awesome parade. So it was a little long, but it was fun. The kids loved it. So
that's a big. What does it take to put on a parade that size? I mean, there's going to be a lot of different city individuals that have to help with this.
And so that's a great question, because that's my role at the city, is to help with the logistics of that. And so as you can imagine, there's road closures that are involved. It takes just about every police officer that we have. We keep our normal officers on duty, but then everybody who's not on duty is working the parade. And so, it's really a special thing because they're missing out with getting to go to the parade with their own kids. And so it's a really big deal. And of course it's their job and that's part of it, but it's a lot, especially this time of year when we have lots of parades, and this parade is a really big one. And so that happens. Of course, last year we estimated over 5,000 people were at the parade. And so that, as you can imagine, makes a lot of trash, makes a lot of cleanup, makes a lot of things that the city has to be involved in. We get Keep Nacogdoches Beautiful as a local organization. They come out that whole night and pick up trash after and try to keep it looking nice and ready for the next day because we don't want it to look bad over the weekend. And
You
so
don't
it's
even
a big
think
deal.
about the cleanup, do you?
Yeah.
I really do
I
not.
never, when
That
I go
never
to a
occurred
parade,
me.
I never think of the cleanup.
But you throw your trash
Oh,
away,
I-
don't you?
I do.
You are
exactly
right.
right.
You are
good.
Now
correct.
you'll think.
Good,
Yeah.
good to hear.
Yeah.
That's one of the small details that you kind of have to think of. So how long have you guys been preparing for the parade specifically?
Well, the parade is definitely, I think we started several months back taking entries, and it's definitely a well-oiled machine. The United Way does a great job at getting volunteers together to help run the actual parade part. And then from the festival side that I'm actually in charge of, we've been working for a couple months to get vendors signed up, get food trucks, get people, and then of course working with my coworkers at the city to close the street down and go through all those processes. So it's been a long time coming.
What times will the streets be closed? At what point are you going to close them?
Pending no rain, we will actually close the 3 sides of the square on Friday night and just leave it closed because that's where the festival loads in on Saturday morning. So there's no point in opening it, closing it, that kind of thing. But then the parade will be closed intermittently, so people won't notice unless you're trying to get somewhere that's not the parade. It really shouldn't be that big of a deal because they close it and they open it back up as the
Right.
parade is finished.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that sounds like it's going to be a great time.
I'm going.
We
I'm
got to
gonna be
make
there.
sure. Yeah,
should.
we're going to be racing in
That's
the, in the
gonna
fun
be-
run, so.
You
That's gonna
should
be awesome.
come for
Right.
sure.
I
I'll
will
be
walk
there.
the fun run, but yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
not-
I won the bike, so you can get a ride for my bike.
That's
So,
fine.
but when we come back, we'll be with personal trainer Taylor Todd to show us how you can shed some of those unwanted holiday pounds. Stay tuned.
All right, welcome back to JackTalk. Today in the studio we have Taylor Todd, and he's going to show us some tips to lose the weight that we gained this holiday.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for having me, everyone. Yeah, so the holiday season, it can be pretty stressful. This is a time of year when we are probably going back home. If you're a student, faculty, and staff, you're probably traveling a lot, so you might not have the time to find that time to go and exercise at one of your studios. So
Right.
what can
I
you really
don't.
do?
Yeah, seriously.
hard.
Yeah, what can you do? Like at home, what can the people out there do?
And that's really the ticket, is sticking to what you know at home. So there's plenty of things that you can do with body weight stuff. So we're joined by Frank. He's going to show off some of the things that we're kind of going to go over. Some of the things that we can do, you can even do this in between gift wrapping if you do a gift exchange, starting with something like push-ups is a really good way to kind of start with. So making sure that you continue to do this kind of in a methodical sense, going all the way down to the floor, staying parallel on your back. Shoulders are tight and pushing all the way back up. And you can continue doing this set at a time, about 10 repetitions per set, or if you feel more comfortable doing that, as much as you feel like you can.
Great
Okay.
form. Thank
That's
goodness he came.
really-
I cannot.
Yeah.
10?
No.
10 sets of push-ups. No.
Might
That's a
be
lot better
able
than
to
10
pull
reps
off-
of push-up.
I might be able to pull off 10. I don't know. maybe not.
Not me. So.
But what kind of, now I've heard that when you're doing push-ups, you want to go slow, fast up. Am I right there?
It really
Or-
depends. In my experiences as a personal trainer, really depends on the comfort level of the person performing. So you can go slow down, fast up. You can go fast, fast, fast. You can pump them out as much as you can. You can go slow and controlled, both down and up. It really depends on what type of feeling you're really going after.
I suppose whatever you can actually do.
Honestly.
Mine would be slow down,
Slow
not coming back up, right?
and-
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Yeah.
If you're inexperienced, at doing push-ups, you can always bring your knees down to the floor. It'd be a little bit easier as well.
Gotcha.
There we
Okay,
go.
what can we do to work off the spare tire
Oh.
down here?
Well,
my
if you're
gosh,
working
yeah.
on the spare tire,
What
I
can
mean,
we do?
it's like I said, it's just that time of year. It tends to get a little bit bigger.
No
Working
joke.
on your core is something that everyone can always do, especially once we get to the beginning of the year. Everyone's starting to work on those resolutions. So we can always start by doing sit-ups. So when you're doing sit-ups, it's always best to make sure that your back is on the floor. You're not putting a lot of stress on your neck, the weight, you feel it in your shoulders. As you breathe in, you're flexing your core, pulling yourself up, and you can support your head with your hands. But if you prefer not to put any support on your hands, you can place your hands flat on the floor and try to reach for your heels. A good way to approach this is see how many you can do in 30 seconds, 45 seconds, and even a minute.
Kind of a challenge for yourself that you can do.
I mean, that's perfect commercial length. I mean, you're watching a show.
commercials go on,
Yeah.
you just
It's
do
go
these,
time,
right?
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Maybe the downswing of a movie.
Now,
There you go.
for me, I don't know about you, but if I don't have a gym, I don't know how to work my legs.
Yeah.
I got skinny legs already. How am I supposed to work my legs when I don't have a gym to go to?
It goes right back to doing body weight exercises. You can always do an air squat. It's one of the easiest things that you can do. You can do it with or without a chair behind you, making sure that you're hitting parallel or just a little bit lower. You can have your hands in front if you need a point of reference. If you're back, make sure that your back is straight, and you can do whichever. And make sure.
Can we show a side view for our viewers at home so that way they can make sure they get it perfect?
So you really want to make sure that the back is straight, shoulders are back, head is held up high, chest is open during the entire process. And
Now, you're not leaning at all, right? It's straight up and down.
Chest up.
Chest up. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So nutrition-wise, it's really hard to avoid, the extra cookies, extra turkey. Stuffing's my weakness, honestly.
Yeah.
So nutrition-wise, what's like your biggest tip to kind of avoid that? What should we more lean towards?
My biggest tip is to stay human. Don't go
There you
crazy by cutting everything out of the holidays. If it's your favorite thing, then treat yourself to it. You've worked hard all year. It's okay to give yourself a little bit more, but be sure to throw in some balance. Tossing in like a side salad into your meals, or maybe instead of 3 cookies, maybe you're cutting down to 1. If you start with 5, maybe you break it down to 4 a day, 3 a day, 2 a day.
Right.
Give yourself a challenge throughout the week. Try to make a different nutritional goal for each day of the week.
Yeah.
Now, one more thing. So those are like some basic exercises. Is there anything for people that are maybe more advanced? Want to do a little.
Take it up a notch.
Maybe a specific muscle group that they want to work.
Yeah, absolutely. For
Yeah.
the intermediate to advanced practitioners, you can always go into different exercise modalities. Yoga is really, really popular right now. Another thing that you can do to kind of check yourself is ask for some stocking stuffers, like a new pair of shoes to go running in, or jump rope. High intensity interval training is really, really popular fitness trend right now in the industry. And jump roping in between commercial breaks, or jump roping in between gift wrapping. Take some of the equipment with you when you go travel to see your family, and you always have like a travel gym with you.
Right, absolutely. So you mentioned the HIIT. That's something quick you can do. I kind of do that a little bit, here and there. That's good cardio too to burn the fat. What would be your best, quickest HIIT workout that you could do to kind of get your cardio going, get your heart rate going?
Say do a set of push-ups to exhaustion, and then follow that up by about a 30-second bout of jump roping. Or you can do air squats followed by jump roping, and just kind of mix it up and see where you can really push yourself as you get closer to the new year.
All right, Frank, it's time to. No, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. You don't have to do that.
And go. Yeah. No. Okay.
We won't make you do that.
Thank you guys
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
coming.
Yeah.
No problem.
This was educational. I know I'm going to do some of those exercises. I'm going to work on my legs with the squats.
We're
Because, I have skinny legs.
gonna have to execute those workouts. Hopefully as good as Frank does. Thank you guys so much for coming in and
very
demonstrating
much,
for
yeah.
us.
Thanks for
Hopefully
having
that
us.
helped you guys out. Well, that's all the time that we have today. Be sure to tune in next week where we'll be focused in on some small business here in Nacogdoches and take a look at a new food truck coming to campus. I'm Macy Meyer.
And I'm Cole Sala.
Have a great day.